And we're live. Welcome everybody to the Arcane Gate. I'm Dadaru.
And I am Charles Walker, Bombing D20. Welcome everybody. Without further ado, to get a quick recap for everybody. Last we left off, the group had themselves a pretty daring encounter as they found themselves in a trap by this group known as the Silverbloods, who seem to be a group of monster hunter paladins. Clerics and holy men to a degree. They have not found out a whole lot of details about them yet, but after some daring encounters and a rough time, Maddie nearly failing a death save, they all made it through with the help of Garo bursting in to save them, their fire giant friend. And now we pick up here where a sleep spell put the remaining enemies to sleep, and everyone seems to be doing okay for the most part in the condition they were in. So, picking up there, Garo is just looking around, very nervously, and just realizing the situation's happened. Now he realized who these were. Is like, we need to get out of here now. We don't need to stay here any longer.
Garo, we need answers. I know we need to get out of here, but we need answers. And I start taking out 4 spools of rope. We need to tie them up. We need to at least take one with us.
No, you don't. Trust me, Marcus, I want what's best for you. If you're going to kill them now and get out of here. You don't want answers. I'll tell you what I know about them.
My pleasure. Cyrus says,
Fine,
like, stepping out of the shadows.
Fine. If you have the answers, that's fine. Are we on accord with this? And I look to the rest of the group.
As long... I just want to have justice.
Alright. And what about you, Amarok? They were here after you.
Look, I don't believe they're bad people. I believe they're misguided and zealous, yes, but in their minds, they're doing something good. Okay, I can't blame them for wanting to attack me for what I am. I can be angry about it, but I can't blame it for happening.
But if we let them go, then they'll probably come for you later. They know your face. They know our faces.
When I agreed to this, I knew this would be a situation. I was prepared for this. I want to let them go. Okay? But that's me. Okay? I will handle any future thing that happens to me. But if y'all want to decide what you do with them, do as you will.
Keep it to a vote. Let's make it quick. Who wants to kill them? Who wants to let them go?
I'm personally kind of cool with killing them.
Okay, Cyrus votes kill. Emerald wants them to live. What about the two of you?
Maddie looks to Luna.
I think Cyrus is becoming a really bad influence for me because I'm actually leaning toward killing them.
That's two.
I just want justice. Not necessarily killing them, but I don't want them to escape and do the same thing again to somebody else. Just because they're misguided.
They did try to kill you, and they almost succeeded.
I know. Even though their views are misguided, they still attack innocent. Maybe not all people are innocent, but there's no telling how many innocent people they attack just for the misguided views. So it's just like, I don't want to just let them go and let them do it again.
Well, then it seems like we're leaning towards killing them. I'm sorry, Amarok, but if they get out, then they can not only come back for you, but you're innocent in this. You are a lycanthrope, but that doesn't mean you deserve to die for it. The others, they could also get to other people who are like you, who are innocent people who are just lycanthropes. It doesn't mean that they deserve to die. But it seems like the main group wants them to die so that we can cover our track on that end.
That's fair.
I'll walk up to all 4 of them and I'll put a bullet in their heads.
Are you sure you don't want to just stab them? Because that would be less loud.
I've already made enough noise here.
Yeah,
True.
there's been a lot of yelling, and meteor-sized hammer crushed a guy.
Yeah, a giant did bust through the door. Yeah.
Forgot about that.
I do want to search the captain before we leave, though. But that's the only one I'm going to search. Just the captain.
All right. Make an investigation check.
I want to get that great sword.
Okay.
I also want to get one of their symbol thingies. What was it? The cross they were holding up.
Okay. So
I want to snag that for future use.
Okay. Make a religion check, actually. And
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Marcus, 23. Okay. Well, what you find is you search his armor over pretty well, and what you find is a small pouch with 8 gold in it. You find a pile of papers. You unravel them. And you find 3 sheets of paper in particular. All 3 have a rough drawing of Luna, Maddie, and Amarok's face on them.
So at this point, they weren't just after him; they were after all 3.
I will hide those papers for now. I'll let them know when we're not trying to escape this place.
Okay.
All right.
You also find a holy symbol as well. And you find 6 crossbow bolts, all of silver tips.
Okay. I'll take the crossbow bolts and I'll toss the holy symbol to one of the twins.
I'll catch it since she caught one, and since I have one as well, can I help her with her religion check?
Please.
Yeah. Either she can roll again, or you can roll separately.
I got a +4 as well, so we have the same religion, so it's up.
It's up to y'all.
You can try, because apparently my rolls are going to be sucky tonight, so...
I told you we used up our good luck.
I didn't have good luck.
You were saying.
Oh dear. Oh
dear. I know nothing.
You forget your own god.
Start chewing on the metal cross like,
Hold on to
You're very frazzled in this moment, and you're having a hard time placing it, but Luna, you have seen this holy symbol before. It is one of the more common deities.
Okay.
All right.
It's just eluding you right now. And finally, Amarok, when you pick up the great sword, instantly you feel your hand burning and itching.
Oh. Heck, I'll wrap it in a cloth and carry it with me. But yeah, I would like the great sword and the captain's long sword. If I can look for both of them. Because those seem to be the only 2 that stand out to me.
He also had a crossbow.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm well aware of the crossbow.
Okay. Did he have a great sword and a long sword? I thought it was only one.
The bodyguard had the great sword. The captain had the long sword.
Okay, the long sword is what makes your hand burn. The great sword's just a great sword.
Okay. It's not silvered or anything?
No.
Oh, okay. It's mine.
All right.
I have 2
We've gathered the bare minimum, so let's get out of here somewhere safe where we can discuss things. And Marcus will hit the rune on the side of his helmet and close the face mask over his face. Let's move.
Okay. Garo, as he's walking out, he pulls a rock out of his pocket that you see has a big rune carved on it, and he throws it at a pack of barrels, and they quickly ignite. And he's like, yeah, sure, a little later. For now, let's get out of here as scarce as we can. As a fire giant cannon, he grumbles out as he starts hurrying down the street. And where would y'all like to go? Would y'all just like to follow him back to the guild, or what?
He's offering information.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think back to his guild because that'd be the most comfortable place he could get into. Actually, Gar, do you want to bring him back to the guild if someone is tracking us? Do you have somewhere else that you could take us?
If they're tracking us, they're going to find us one way or another. So, might as well go somewhere where I'm know the terrain well.
Fair enough.
And after not too long of a jog, you make it back into the guild, and he shuts the door behind, putting down a big board across the door, locking it, and hangs a close sign outside. And he just sighs heavily. Is like, one moment. He walks away. He comes back with an entire barrel gripped in his hand, sipping on it.
Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. I'll duck outside and I'll put Ornick out there. Ornick, fly around, keep watch. You know our sentinel. You have the stone in your mouth to make the sentinel. If you see anything, if you see anyone approaching us, like with intent, let us know, and then I'll duck back inside.
Okay. So, Gar sits down and he's like, "And y'all want a drink?"
I'm fine, thank you.
Normally I would take you up on it, but considering that I don't know if someone could come knocking anytime soon, I'm gonna hold back.
Fair. Anyways. So, yeah. I should have known something would have came of you turning into a werewolf in front of a giant crowd like that, but the odds of them being there, that's ill fate on our part.
Yeah, it's... like I said, I sort of expected it happen a lot quicker than what I really expected, but yeah.
I should explain my urgency. So, I should clarify this. I have a bit of a tie to him, not me directly. One of my 5 coin holders is actually the silversmith for their group.
Yeah, I sort of guessed as much. Seeing as how it's not a common thing you really use. Kind of figured they were getting it from somewhere.
Well, there's plenty that silver their blades, but get really good quality stuff like they got. Like the one you wrapped up there. May I see that real quick?
I'll extend it out to him.
He takes it in his hand and studies it. Yeah. It's one of his blades. And he sits it back down. It was made by Cora and Alata, a silversmith that lived next to the borders of the Elven territory. Family got killed by a bunch of were-tigers as a young kid. He's been hell-bent on them ever since. And he met a group called the Silverbloods. The issue is, and also my urgency, they're technically a government group in the Alliance. Since their current hunt master is the king's brother of the human kingdom.
Would I potentially know the name of that individual?
Hey.
I mean, I was raised in a dwarven city, but
yeah, I was about to say that probably wouldn't be info you know, but he will say it is like, in particular, his name's Kenneth Crimson of the Crimson Clan. His brother Kieran's the current king of the Human City-State Alliance. As there's the king that rules them all, but a council that works with him that rules each individual city-states. Kenneth, his brother, is in a town called Silverton. Obviously, a big silver in the human kingdom, and well, naturally, these monster hunters flock there.
So it's not someone we can easily afford to tick off, because that would mean the government would be after us then.
Yeah, essentially. That's why I didn't want you to hang there any longer, and while that was a rough decision, it could have been the best one. I didn't like it myself, but there's no gray line for them. You're a monster disguised as a human, you're just a monster to them. They're really zealots of the Fendir belief.
Again, it's why I was not on board with... I was going to leave it up to the group, but I was also not on board with allowing them to escape, because it would mean that they could track us down later. And that's actually... they also had flyers on the three of you, and I'll pull out the flyers that I had.
So they got my good side.
Ooh. Can I get an autograph?
I didn't
I'm
draw
picking up
these.
blood right now. Yeah.
So you have ink.
Bloody thumbprint on one.
Ah, perfect.
There you go.
But so that's also why they were going after you two, and not... They weren't even paying me attention as a threat. They were gunning for the three of you.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I'm sure you noticed with the one killing himself, to them, if they could die while killing a lycanthrope, their life was worth living.
Again, zealotry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Indeed.
Faith
Religion
is
of
one
Fendir
thing.
itself isn't a dangerous religion, but their sect, theirs is.
Having a religion is fine. It's when you go overboard with it. Like this.
Yeah, indeed. So, is there any other questions you have about him for me? Because that's... I'm sure with me telling you that, that tells me your urgency. Also, that longsword should be a +1 if anyone does want to take it, but keep in mind, in certain circles, that'll definitely raise a few eyebrows on why you would have it.
Does it? I want to look at the longsword. Does it have like an insignia or anything on it?
It actually does, as it has an insignia that's pretty similar to the holy symbol that Luna and Maddie picked up, where it's a holy symbol of a bow, but this one has a hammer crossed with it.
Would I know
Question,
that?
where is this insignia at?
That's actually what I was about to ask too.
The insignia is right at, nearly at the base of the sword where it meets the hilt.
Okay. So you leave it in its scabbard and it's not a problem.
It's a matter of if you...
And if push comes to shove, we can change out a pommel or alter it, and again, it's a whole new sword.
If you add another strap of leather over the edge of where the sentinel is, if it's right there on the base of the blade, then that should also cover it as well. I don't know if we can remove... I don't know if we could remove it and keep the sword intact if it's magical.
Yeah, I'd recommend just putting some strips of leather over it, but yeah, that's Kawara's symbol. It's how he marks all of his blades.
Actually, I have the sword, so I'll go rummage through my pack and grab some leather, and I'll start a process of like sewing and fixing some leather to extend the guard. One of you will be the ones who have it if you want to have it. It's a magical weapon. I don't use swords.
Maddie, hold that for a second. You feel anything?
Do I?
Maddie, you put your hand on it and feels fine. Feels like a normal sword. A little lighter than you're used to, though.
Nothing. It's a little light, though.
Congratulations, the sword has chosen you.
You know, if you felt the need to use it, you could probably wear some gloves that would protect you from. I'm imagining it would protect you from the abrasive effects of it.
It feels too light. Okay, this thing I have on me feels lighter than what I'd like, but I can make do.
All right. I mean, to be fair, it was a sword that seemed to be fashioned for a human-sized man, and you are definitely taller than a human-sized man. But I get it. So, well, I do wonder, this person who we met today, is he of any true importance to this guild? He is a captain, so naturally, but he's gone missing in a town where he was looking for, well, the three of you. He had flyers already made for the three of you, so there are possibly other people outside of the warehouse who potentially know. DM, is there a way that I could look at the paper and know if this is like a freshly done drawing, or has he had it for a while?
Nothing to think of, but Garo says to fill in a blank. He's like, well, we made stuff for them. We delivered to a little outpost they have. They've rented a building inside of the little mercenary ward. Is it? Yeah, it's right outside the dock ward where Advent has their little area. They got their own little building there.
Well, Amarok, I know that you like to transform a lot, but I imagine that if we're in the city, you probably want to be more careful. We don't know how many more of these people are in the city.
Yeah, I'm becoming aware of that.
That religious symbol you have, can I look at it for a moment?
What are you asking?
Either of the twins. Either of the twins. You, all three of you, both of you have a symbol, right?
Am I a twin now?
You're not an honorary one.
Don't you remember that we were separated from birth, Emerald?
I hand over the symbol.
We're all quintuplets, actually, but would I be able to look at the symbol and know, or if I would be able to roll to see?
Make a religion check.
Okay. Oh. He kicked me out of roll 20 right then. I was about to let me back in.
I can make it for you if you want me to.
Alright, no, I'm back in. It's just messed up on my end. What's that?
Oh, good. 21.
Nice.
Get yourself.
Alright, so you know this is a holy symbol of Fendir. Fendir is a wood elf deity of the hunt. Overall, good aligned deity. But thinking about it, you imagine killing monsters and lycanthropes normally wouldn't be considered a bad deed.
So, they are zealot followers of Fendir. Fendir is a god of the hunt, and I guess there was that whole era where lycanthropes were a problem, so I would imagine that that's why this group came up to be.
At that point, Gara speaks up. Technically, they're still kind of a problem. No offense.
just a tired glance over at him.
Well,
He shrugs. He's like, you go anywhere south of the Shade Grove, you'll figure it out.
well, I'm Rock. If if fate had been less kind, then I would have been one of your kin.
Yeah.
I'm more feral one of your kin, but one of your kin. But so this group is probably not all zealots, but there are definitely probably, including this group of people, additional zealot members who would go to the extreme. So we should be on the lookout for this crest anywhere that we go, just in case we stumble in a town that follows this particular god. You would probably want to, unless absolutely necessary, avoid transforming in those towns.
Yes.
Now, these wanted posters, are there any seals or any writing on them?
Nothing you see seems to just be a piece of paper itself, and that's it. You don't see a watermark or anything.
And we also have to, I guess, destroy any of these that we find, because you three have wanted posters, and I imagine that if any of the news get out of today, me and Cyrus will join your ranks in that.
Ooh, sounds fun.
You were an odd little duck.
I've never been wanted before.
Well,
Me neither.
okay, well, that's kind of that's deeply depressing on a couple of levels, but Luna,
That's what that boys.
Luna, hug your sister for me.
I just imagine she just sitting there looking very confused as why everybody's reacting this way. Like, what did I say?
The way that you phrase that makes it seem like you were an unloved child, and that would be deeply saddening.
Yeah.
I was loved by one parent, I think.
Yeah.
You feel Garo's giant mid of a hand just pat you on the shoulder and it's like, I'll only ask you this once. You want a sip? And he sticks the barrel out to you.
Wait, to who?
To Maddie.
Maddie sniffs it. What does it smell like?
It smells like pure alcohol, just rubbing alcohol.
It doesn't matter what it smells like because I push it away from you like, no.
Her nose, the second she sniffs it, she like flips her head away, her nose scrunches, and she's like, I don't smell too good.
He laughs like, that's the point.
It's for the any wounds.
Why would
So,
coffee
Again.
at least smells good?
No.
question. So the outpost, you said it was how close to this city?
Oh, it's in the city. It's in Advent's ward.
Oh, well, then we need to give that area a wide berth then.
Yeah, I guess it ain't too far of a stretch to think some of the members might have been watching the Coliseum show.
I wonder if Misty was working with them.
Well, I don't imagine she was. I mean,
We don't know who she was working for, though.
But she also didn't have an
Okay.
She
artist.
said she...
You were her artist.
Yeah.
That's enough.
How you been drawing us?
So she was trolling us or she was drawing us?
have you?
No, since she didn't
Have
have an
you been
artist, I
drawing?
have no reason to suspect her.
But we don't really know much about fully about everyone that she's working with, but I don't think she's involved with this. We do know that there's an area of the city that we should avoid, because if they have these sketches, we don't know if one of them did these sketches or one of the people back at their headquarters did these sketches, so we just have to be on our guard more. and definitely now not go anywhere in the city alone.
Yeah.
And Gar says, indeed, and this place is welcome as a base of operations if you ever need it. I actually got some rooms for rent, funny enough. But you'll also probably be safe in the research ward. The area is well secure. I mean, there's a reason they lured you guys out here, since this isn't really the best patrolled area. Hopefully when the dwarfs move in, they'll change that.
So you're for the dwarves moving in?
I'm for anybody moving in, really, but my interactions with the dwarfs have all been positive so far. Fellow craftsmen, and they seem to actually want to move in this town and make it better. This ward's kind of ripe for the taking right now, so they seem to really be on the mindset of if they move in with this steam engine of theirs and be able to change the economy, they'll be in pretty good shape. Not everyone fully agrees with it, but I personally think it could be a good thing for this area. I've been in talk with an old contact of mine, actually trying to see if all this works out, it'll actually come back and be one of the coin holders. So fingers crossed there.
Well, of course there are going to be people on the fence about new blood moving into a city and taking over a position of authority, but I think it will do good. I want to see this place up and running again, like it used to be.
But we just found it.
I don't. Yes, I know, but I wanted to come here and potentially meet all of the master smiths, and I'm great that I was able to meet one especially, and work on a project with one. But I wanted to meet them all while I was here.
Well, I think your chances meeting Quara now are a lot slimmer, but hopefully you don't know y'all's faces.
Hopefully we can, if everything works out, be on better terms at some point. Not anytime soon, but maybe at some point.
Hopefully. It's going to be quite a mess either way, but you're always welcome to stay here if y'all want to wait until things calm down, but
well,
I'm sure
on that note, I did want to ask you, I need a place where I can work. A place where I haven't been able to do much work while on the road. There's very limited smithing you can do while on the move.
Yeah, you're welcome to one additional forges. There's some that are still open.
Thank you.
In particular, he walks to the back actually and pulls out a key and takes it over to you. You give me 30 gold a month, I'll let you rent out this room.
I'll go and look into the room to see what it looks like.
You open it up, and instantly you're greeted as the door opens, and Garo lights a torch in there. You see the sigil of one of the masters that you've become aware of for a long time, Gorthan Granite, the master adamantite smith of your city. As you see his sigil of a golden hammer mounted on the wall. The Granite family is actually the best smithing clan in the Dwarven Mountain.
You'll rent me a room of a legend. especially where I'm from.
Yeah, I figured you'd appreciate it. Should be set up the way you're used to. So when it comes to dwarven forges, he even left some of his equipment behind here that's got a little bit of his touch in it. As you see, some of the bigger equipment that he really couldn't take with him is still left behind. Most of the hammers and base tools are still gone, though.
I have tools. I'll walk over and immediately hand out the gold.
He takes and is like, "It's a friend discount. Don't let it get. Don't be telling people I'm giving out rooms for this cheap here."
Oh, you have nothing to worry about. Emerok, would you be a lad, and whenever you swing past the academy, just let, I'll need to bring my bed here, or a cot, or something. I need to sleep in this room.
We can work it out.
Okay.
Marcus is fanboying.
All right.
Yeah,
then.
honestly speaking, he'll just stand there for a while, just looking over the entire room.
Just awestruck.
Yeah.
So, Marcus, you have gone access to masterwork tools. And what this means is when you are crafting something yourself, if you roll a crit, you can roll a crit, something special happens.
Yeah, Marcus will literally start taking out his tools and finding places for it in the room, and if this room's been unused for a while, he'll cast Precipitation over and over again until he gets it clean.
It's a bit dusty, but it seems like the room's been taken care of decently well. Like in particular, you notice it seems some of the tools have been worked on, cleaned recently, and oiled. It seems like Garo's still trying to take care of this place in everyone's absence. And Garo's just like, and he points to the back there and reaches over, and he pulls a hammer that was precariously mounted to the wall. It looked like it was just there for decoration. As he pulls it up, you see a pegboard that had a lot of tools on it, just kind of lifts up and slides away, and you see a small little apartment bedroom behind it. Like, there's the sleeping quarter. It's Garo had his own little personal space whenever he worked late.
He is a police.
Emerald, never mind. I won't need the cot.
Okay. That makes this a lot easier.
Yeah, Marcus will just stay in there walking around the room. There are things I need to make. Anyone else have any business they wish to handle? If not, if you don't need me for anything, I really would like to start.
Go for it.
Hey.
I do need to hit. Actually, there is one place. There are a couple of places I need to hit. Like for example, there's an alchemical building inside of the academy, but then there's also another one, right?
There are two magic shops. I don't know if there's another alchemy place.
You're not really many alchemy places outside of that.
Well, I will have to go to the academy quickly. If anyone else needs to go to the academy, I'm heading that way. But
you never did visit the shooting range either.
Shooting range can wait. I can shoot at things anywhere.
Case in point, the warehouse. Oh goodness.
Or that shop about the one at Monster Parts. We never did visit that one.
Garo's like, that's in the Advent Ward.
Oh.
So it'd be
So
asking for trouble if we went there, wouldn't it?
Yes, unless we went, we would have to.
We're asking for trouble with us existing. Okay? There's not much more we can do else. If they want us, they're going to come for us. It don't matter where we're at.
Maddie and I do need to go to mess.
Yeah, we need to deliver a letter before we do anything.
Okay. I spaced out for a moment, but I've regained my composure. We cannot go anywhere, but we cannot go anywhere by ourselves. We have to go somewhere together. So we can go to the Merchants Guild, but we can't, especially since they have warrant these flyers out for the two of you. We especially cannot send you off, and Amarok, even though we can't send him off by himself either. So wherever we go together.
Okie dokie.
Marcus will lock up the room again and kind of just stand there looking at the door. I'll be back. And then start ready to leave.
Okay.
DM question real quick. What is this building actually made of? It's a stone building, correct?
Primarily, yes.
Okay. And it'd be assuming giant height, windows and everything?
Mostly, yeah.
Okay, so in other words, it would be a hard thing to assault, correct?
To assault?
Yeah, like, say we hunkered down here, rented it out like he suggested, they would have a harder time getting in without us knowing. The windows are higher up, at least 16 foot, assuming it's a fire giant. The door's a heavy door. They ain't going to kick it in.
You have a pretty solid idea that, yes, this will be a hard building to siege. There's definitely benefits to each side, where in the research ward, it's the more active ward with a lot safer area, a lot better patrolled. This area ain't really patrolled at all. And also there's Rawl, which generally, Rawl being a living legend himself, not really one of people want to mess with that.
Yes, but I really want to make Rawl a target, is what I'm getting at. Or Kiara, for that matter.
That's fair. I'll just weigh into options in your mind. I wasn't trying to convince you one way or another.
I know, I'm playing devil's advocate here, arguing.
Okay. Fair.
I'll continue to think on this. Everybody do what they're wanting.
Amarok, where is the Messengers Guild in this town?
DM, where's the Messengers Guild in this town?
The Messengers Guild in this town is actually a few blocks away from where y'all are staying.
Oh,
It's a few blocks away.
All right.
yay.
Let's head there first. Since we have to go to the other side of the town to go back to the academy, let's head to the Messengers Guild so that we can all check our mail just in case as well.
See if we got our
Well,
suits in.
Well, it's in the research ward, as you were saying.
Mhm.
Okay. So as y'all go, Garo waves goodbye, and he kind of hangs outside his building, watching y'all leave until y'all are completely out of sight. Then Garo shuts the door behind him.
Oh, he cares.
Can we stealth, assuming we're being watched, or just cover up in some way?
Yeah, y'all can to a degree.
Well, we have these old disguises, and I'll pull out the rag disguises that we had in the town where we were sneaking around the black market.
Yeah. Do we want to suit up?
Okay.
Assuming we're still being watched, or do we want to assume we took out the one group that was after us until they send another?
I don't think we should assume anything. Sure, let's wrap up. I'll have Ornick fly overhead and keep an overwatch over us, and I'll actually walk over to Maddie and I'll start tucking cloth in the different plates of her armor, like I did before.
I get it. I'm loud.
As long as you understand.
Yeah.
Do I need to do the same?
Oh yes, you're wearing armor too now, right? And so I'll walk over to you and start tucking cloth into the different parts of your armor.
I'm just going to say, this isn't really affecting y'all's rolls. It's just making y'all hot right now.
It's like a mom getting a kid ready for like kindergarten. Like, okay, we got to straighten you up here.
The puffy jacket in the snow.
Yeah, that should stop your plates from clacking together.
All right. Everyone make stuff rolls.
Do I make advantage still, despite the fact that I'm covered in cloth?
Yeah.
That is not good for me. It's a 12.
But I'm stuck with cloth.
Good grief, I have a 2.
Actually, I got a natural 20 and what, a 14.
I got a nat 1. And I'm not wearing armor.
Advantage.
Sneaky.
The clicky clacky people did better than me.
13.
Got 15.
Basically Kronk going around singing my own theme song.
Dun, dun, dun.
But
So
we
you're
also
walking
learned.
down the street, so there isn't a whole lot you can do but take some alleys and stuff, but y'all are trying to look as inconspicuous as possible.
Oh, but we
Except
all.
Luna, it looks like she read the word in the dictionary and is trying to act it out in person.
But we are wearing our disguises from the black market, so it looks even sketchier if we get found.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
So you make your way to the research ward, and as soon as you do, you see two of Mugen's guards at the front are just kind of like, "All right, hold up, what's going on here? What y'all got business in this area?"
And now that we're in the research ward, I'll actually take off the cloak. Oh yes, we're just moving through the area again.
Oh, god dang it. Rawl passed down the word to Mugen to keep an eye out for you guys. They're looking for you right now.
Rawl is looking for us?
Yep, he is. So we're obligated to tell you to go back to his office immediately.
Can we at least check our mail first?
Question. Yes, and other question. On a scale from 1 to 10, what would you say his mood is in?
10 being severely pissed off.
I mean, he's always
meeting our death.
Yeah, but I mean like extra pissed off.
So I didn't talk to him. I just had a runner run by and tell me all this. So
how fast was he running?
But knowing the fact that
was the
Rawl
runner
never
crying?
Unless it's a criminal he's looking for or someone we need to look out for coming in the area, I'd say he's probably pissed off.
Right.
So,
right.
A 10.
Great.
So
Awesome.
we have mail. We'll go talk to him. We have mail to look at. Let's see if we can avoid this dragon one more time.
Oh, he really hates it when people call him that. Don't say that.
All right.
You didn't hear anything.
Good to know.
I'm just doing my job, man.
You heard nothing. Besides the fact that we're going to go check our mail. Bye.
No, I saw you, and I know I like my job more than I like you guys currently.
Bye.
I'm hurt. We had such a deep history, you and I, and you treat me like this. You random person that drinks
here once, Amarok.
Now let's go check our mail and then get yelled at and possibly killed.
We have been avoiding him.
Hey.
I would be mad too.
Well, for good reason, though.
Or lonely. He might be lonely.
I doubt
He might be
that.
angry.
So much.
He might be very angry.
He's angry because
Please
he's
be.
lonely.
Or because his sister stayed out all night with us.
He might not know that. He might be mad at Amarok for transforming in front of everyone in the middle
Let's
of a tournament.
not mention her being out with us all night until he mentions it.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's no.
Well,
look,
duh.
yeah, if we're gonna burn, there's no reason we should throw more tinder on the fire.
No.
An important rule of thumb, if you're asked, You don't know.
Exactly. And then Maddie looks at Luna. You may be new to this whole lying and deceiving stuff.
I mean, even I know not to. I'm sorry.
Don't
sorry,
self-incriminate.
I was with you before. We tried not to tell Dad about some of the things that you made us get up into. So.
True. But in the end, I would have been in trouble for it because
It's you.
Because it's me, and he knows that I usually coerce you into stuff, so it's fine.
The evil twin.
Nah. The rebellious twin. There's a difference.
Well, rebellious twin, let's go post our letter and then go get yelled at.
Do I have to? The letter, yes. The yelling at.
Yes, because even if Wild doesn't yell at you, I will be yelling at you later.
And
I'd rather deal with him.
And it's not going to be easier if he, the longer we hold this out.
I feel like we are also.
I mean, I was talking while we were walking. I was talking while I was walking.
Yeah.
Oh no, we were talking and walking. I'm just saying it's not going to be easier. The longer we make him wait, I don't imagine his temper's going to go down any further. In fact, it may become one of those like silent tempers where we walk into the room and he's smiling, and then we know we're dead.
Oh, don't let him be
when they're
disappointed in
quiet?
us. That's the worst.
So you'll start making your way to the Messengers Guild, and as you come inside, it's pretty busy as the one in Lucaville was, but this one's very busy to scale. Like, you notice this building in particular is twice the size of the one you saw in Lucaville. It's a giant wooden building, and you notice it's actually attached to the tower that you guys saw from the other end of the research ward. And as you make your way inside this large stone structure, after standing in line for a little bit, you eventually get to the front, and the lady comes up there, just smiles widely. Hi, how can I help you?
I point to the twins. They'll go first. We'll go after.
We just need to post this message.
Yeah.
Post this letter.
Okay, you got the letter written?
Yeah.
And the address on it.
Okay. Oh, this
At least the place to go to.
All right, and what's your names, real quick?
Maddie, Luna.
Gila. That's her last name, sorry.
Okay, thank you. And you see she pulls out a big divider and thumbs through it for a little bit. Okay, here's your file. Ah, you were all in the Hermes package. Okay. All right, with a discount on international shipping, that will only be 2 gold.
Here you go.
Oh, also, and she, for your collective mailbox, and she dumps 5 letters down. These have been sitting here for a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Oh no. I grabbed them real quick and just start looking at who they're from.
I joined her. I'm like over her shoulder, like, please don't, please.
No, please no.
In instances like this, where there's groups of people, we just have a collective mailbox for all of them, unless they're individually addressed to people.
I'll take Luster. Okay, who are they from? What do they do?
You see one addressed to Amarok. You see
Pass that to Amarok.
You see 2 with each of your names on it, 1 with Marcus's name on it, and 1 with Cyrus's name on it.
Oh no.
We passed out all the mail to everybody.
Okay.
But why do we have one each? That usually doesn't happen.
Cyrus has mail.
Yep. Alright, who would like their mail first?
Cyrus is like one to like rip it open.
Oh yeah, no, Maddie was like, as you were saying who they were from, because we had them all in our hands, we were just passing them out to everybody.
Yeah, and as soon as let Cyrus go first.
And Cyrus, you die for yours, and a bit shocked, you quickly rip it open, and you and you open it, and you're completely shocked at what you see. You see a hyper-realistic drawing of a man walking out of the dentist, full cotton, mouthful of cotton as he's licking an ice cream cone.
I don't know this language, but it seems to be a picture instead of a letter.
You flip it over on the back, and it says, "You have had a curse placed upon you. The only way to cure this curse is to weaken the curse by sending it to 5 more people."
Green letter.
Again?
Oh, you got spam mail.
Again?
At the very bottom, you see scratched at the bottom from Harper, and you see a small little smiley face with horns on it.
Ah, that little devil. I should write one back.
Yeah. You know, the image does make you unsettled, but it does not seem to be cursed.
As far as you know. Next time you go to the dance, we'll find out.
What's the worst that can happen, right?
Luna does, I would imagine Maddie does too, like as soon as we hand out theirs and we see that we each have one, just like rip ours open.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I assume you rip open the collective letters then. Alright then. First one, which is addressed to everyone in the group, is you see just in very plain blocky text, "How is your troop? Do not forget I am ready to repay my debt at any time.
Oh, seriously.
We have gotten crime back in order, though we have not had any luck following the cryptically left message, known simply as Follow the Squirrels. We will find this foul thief known as the Squirrel eventually. I shall pray for your quest. Dreadslayer."
He's dedicated.
You know, here's a way of writing that you just immediately know who it is by reading the first part.
I mean, look at the pressure on the paper.
Yeah. Alright. And Maddie, yours is, you see it's actually from Martin Frisk, the person who gave y'all your very first quest.
She will
It's
open it.
a lot more jovial written. "Hello, everyone. I have heard crazy stories that have been in your wake. I hope you made it to the city well. I'm always happy to hear of your exploits. Stay safe, Martin."
Is it good that our exploits are getting out there?
Means we're well known.
Probably not.
I mean, we do have.
Martin's a fairly well-connected person. Especially in the area where you spent the first half of your quest. Alright. And finally... Oh, no, 2 more. Amarok, you see a letter that instantly you recognize. It's addressed to everyone in the Alchemist Guild. Where it's from Rawl saying... No, it's not from Rawl, actually. My bad. You see it's a handwriting you don't recognize that says, "We have had increased cases of missing containers of ice cream. We have yet to find... We've also found half-eaten containers in the freezer. You already have a discount at the store. There's no need to push that. Some of the other guilds don't even offer that. If you have any info, please send it my way. Signed, Head Chef Lenora."
Would I have an idea who this would be?
You haven't met her directly, but yes.
Or, you know, like where this ice cream is going.
That in particular, you are not sure, but you kind of have an inkling of. It sounds like something someone you know would do.
Okay. Okay.
And
Did you read that out loud?
Sure. A little bit of humor to brighten our death-filled day here.
Imagine Maddie and Luna just kind of like glance at each other like, oops.
Can I roll an insight? Can I pick up on that? Okay.
roll is that.
Ooh.
So unless they roll real bad,
Yeah. Just a 10. No, you can't even tell. They're just passively. They're passively just fine.
Well, that's a funny thing that happened. Don't you agree, sister? Oh,
It's just
God.
insane, man. Like, who would do that? Especially if you can get it for a discount.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And Marcus, you open yours
Well-
up, and
well, I do have something. Since everyone was like ripping theirs open, Marcus takes out a dagger and neatly cuts his open.
all right.
It's a letter.
It's paper.
I don't get these every day.
You boy.
Don't ruin my mood.
Okay.
I only get bills and spam mail. Okay.
Aren't you fancy?
Yeah. You open it up, and you see it's and you see it's actually from the silk shop in Lucaville. And it's like, hello, Mr. Locke. All of your suits and dresses are ready. So let me know when you can come to pick them up. Or if needed, I'll just need some extra gold sent my way to do a delivery fee.
Oh, I totally forgot we ordered fancy clothing. Well, we're going to be in this town for a while. I'll just have them send it here. Does it mention how much the delivery fee would be?
I assume all of you are just reading these in line, and the woman's just impatiently waiting you to get out, and she's like, "Oh, well, suits like that, that'd be about 20 gold for all of them."
You can chip in.
Alright. We all want to kick in.
Yeah.
I'll kick in 5 gold into the pot.
Same.
Since I did.
Heck, yeah, I'll
You
go
can
5
kick in 5. Unless I need to kick in more for Addie, since I think she's still broke.
I am.
Well, 4 5s, that would make 20.
Yeah.
Then we should be good to go.
So I put that into an envelope. I'll write out a quick note. Sorry, we won't be able to return to the town anytime soon, but can you ship them? And then I'll write an address to where they can ship it to, which is this. Well, I mean, it's just going to come back to this Messenger's Guild, so I'll just say to this Messenger Guild. And then I'll hand them the note and put the. Do I hand you the gold?
Yes, we'll put it as an advancement on the fee for when he does ship these to you.
Alrighty then. And then I collect the gold from the group and hand it.
It's like, all right then. Is there anything else I can do for your group?
No, I mean, you two needed to send a letter, right? You already gave the letter. Well, no. I'll probably be sending a letter later on, but it'll be later on today or tomorrow, maybe.
She looks at you, looks at the line behind you, and it's like, I see.
I step out of the line.
I'm like, okay, we're done. And I leave too.
I turn to the people in the line. You may now conclude your business, and then I start walking out.
You're kind of collective. Ah, finally. Okay. As the blood-soaked group of adventurers leaves the post office full of business workers.
Oh, I forgot about that.
We have
Oh,
bills too.
yes. We should handle it. Oh, we should handle this before we go see Rawl. Otherwise, he'll ask questions if he doesn't already know. I'll cast precipitation on everyone in the group. Does anyone have a scent that you enjoy?
Anything that's
Permit.
not blood.
I mean, that's very broad, but okay. I'll get to you in a sec.
Ash with
What
a
about the
hint
two
of
of you?
lavender, if you may.
Oh, okay. I cast precipitation and I rub my hand over the top of Cyrus's head and I make him smell like lavender.
I like the smell of berries.
Berries? Any kind of berries?
Yeah.
Okay. A jumbled bunch of berries smell, and I cast that onto you. What about you, Luna?
Permit.
Say again?
Permit.
Alright, I'll cast that. For myself, I'm thinking pine needles. I give myself the pine spell. And for Amarok, I make him smell like a bakery, since he was not specific.
Marcus, you're gonna make me hungry.
I mean, he wasn't specific. Bakeries smell nice.
I mean, he's right, you know.
Well, let's go. Well, guys, in a few days we will have suits. It'll be nice to have for our funerals, I guess. Let's go get yelled at by Rawl.
Okay. So, you get into the guild, and some of the guild officials just kind of look at you, just look away instantly, as some of the people seem to have an idea there's been people looking for you.
Oh, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign.
And
Really?
and shortly after you get in there, you see Lila just kind of Myra just step out off, and she's like, "Where have you been?"
We've been
Sort of
exploring
gesture that disheveledness. We've been busy. We had a job prospect that didn't quite pan out, and we had to deny them. So it's a whole thing.
We've just been
Tried not to die.
Then after,
Okay.
Just a hand over face here.
Rawl's at the top of his tower right now. He wants you to go meet him.
so
You know why he's ticked off?
He
we've
said
got
a
so many-
lot. Just, I've had enough of him today. You go deal with him.
question. As we go into this room, should I be wearing my armor? I feel like I should be wearing my armor.
It won't matter.
If Rawl actually attacks you, that armor ain't going to do nothing. Just being blunt.
Oh, at least my death will be swift. Well,
But he's not done that to anyone who didn't attack him first, as I've been his secretary for the longest.
well, if the unlikely happens, it's been a pleasure knowing you. And then I'll start walking into the room.
Let's get this over with, and I follow Marcus.
Yeah.
Dragging Maddie behind me.
Thank you for delivering the
So-
message. Follows behind.
All of you walk to the tower, and Amarok, you yourself have never actually been to the top of the tower.
Yeah.
Or in the tower, for that matter. But you know this is the place he goes to when he needs to calm down and relax.
You know,
Why are we going to the place of his calming down and relaxing?
Because otherwise he would kill us.
you know, guys, as a person who has seen his tower, it's actually very nice on the top floor.
Oh,
Well, then we'll get a great view before we die.
I'm pretty sure he'll also mention how this will be the second time you've seen it.
Yes, it
Alright.
will.
So,
It's not great.
you step into the tower and realize there's no stairs here. Then you just hear a very even voice seeming to emanate from everywhere. Step into the middle of the room on the rug, please.
Ooh, magic.
I step into the middle of the room on the rug.
Please. Boop, boop.
Should I say my last? Did I give us our last rites before we do this?
Perform ceremony here.
So, as soon as you do, as all of you step on the rug slowly starts to levitate in the air and start moving forward, and you see a hole the same size as the rug you're standing on above you, as it floats up to one floor, and you see this room around you. You see, You see, it's kind of set up like a flat apartment with some dividers and stuff. You see some kind of clothes and books scattered around everywhere. You, and some of the outfits you see, you estimate this is actually Kiara's room.
Do we see Kiara?
Yeah.
Do we ever?
Then you go up one more floor. Next to, the next floor is a actual library-like room, where you see it's the complete area itself is surrounded in books, some alchemical equipment, some other little desk and writing areas. You think this is Rawl's official lab up here. And you go up one more floor, and there's more of a sleeping area, but it's very bare bones and very minimalistic. A good chunk of the room's actually dedicated to just more chemical equipment and lab-like areas. Until finally you get to the very it stops at the very top, and you find yourselves on the top floor that Marcus you've seen before. Yeah, you see Rawl just staring off the side of the tower, and you see Kiara sitting on a chair not too far away from him. She just looks to you and just kind of nervously just waves.
Oh no!
And she looks exhausted. You instantly recognize that look of she has not slept at all since the last time you've seen her.
It was this morning. Oh no!
I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Oh
Seeing this, Marcus will step behind Amarok and let him take the lead.
Okay. He just
The
turns
twins
to
will step
you and he
behind
actually
y'all.
smiles. Lovely sunset tonight. You want to take a look at it?
Huh.
I mean, it is one of the city's greatest features, in my opinion. I mean, you can't come to the sea without enjoying it at least a few times.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah, I've never enjoyed it from this altitude.
As you come
Really?
to join him, you notice he's looking directly at a building on fire a few blocks away. He's like, that beautiful shade of orange. And that's where we'll take a break.
Alright.
As all of you look, Rawl is just staring at the fire, just dead straight at it. Just quietly, just without a word.
I stare at the fire and don't say a word either.
So what happened with that?
Cyrus is gonna just minor illusion some binoculars and like prop over by the window, staring at it.
Okay. Well, the entire top of the tower is open in the air.
Oh, so there's not even like
And
anything to
the top
prop
of the
up?
tower it's not. The entire top of the tower is like this open patio area with kind of. There's part that is covered up and has a chair or so sitting on top of it, but other than that, it's just this nice little big area.
Oh, so like no like
And
thing to like waist high or anything?
there's some. There is some walls on the side that come up to about your chest.
Oh, okay. That's what I was wanting to lean up on.
Okay. Alright, what were you saying, Emerald?
Like, that's why he's mad. The smoke's blowing into his little relaxation area.
He just sits there, it's like... Oh, do you say anything?
No, he said what happened, right?
Yeah, I asked that.
No, Rawl said what happened, right?
No, he's just still standing there waiting, and Amarok, what'd you say? You asked him what happened?
Yeah, what happened with that?
It seems the building that you went into the general area of has caught on fire.
You know you went there?
No, I just...
That's fire. I didn't use that.
I just have a lot of contacts in the city, and asked around and got the general idea where y'all were going when I was wanting to inquire why this morning my dear sister, when she showed up to her daily magic practice, she couldn't seem to stay awake. As far as I know, she's never pulled an all-nighter in her life.
Maybe she's excited.
And I got this interesting story of a werewolf and 2 demon children showing up at the Advent tournament. And some say there was a 6th girl with her.
Okay, and I kind of like peek around Emrock because I did go behind Emrock with Maddie.
I hid behind Emrock, or it was like both behind his gigantic frame, peeking out on either side, like. Eh.
So I'm just the
like
stereotypical soldier standing at attention. People are just peeking heads out around me.
Yeah, I just kind of like look around Emrock at Rawl, and I'm just kind of like, okay, kind of my fault. Like we kind of were like eating after the tournament, and we ended up, hey, it's like 2:00 in the morning. We need to get going, and I kind of may have suggested, since we're already out, let's just stay and watch the sunrise, and everyone went for it.
It was fun.
So that's my bad.
Luna, you're the first one to own up to it, so my respect for you has increased, but my anger still remains.
Fair. Absolutely fair.
That doesn't change the fact that my little sister, that is under very explicit orders not to leave the grounds unless very strict circumstances, was gone an entire night, and I'm told I know y'all have something wrong with you, and Armrock, you turned into a werewolf in front of a crowd of people.
I did.
Why?
I wanted to win.
He did.
Congrats, champion! And now you got a group of crazy zealots after you.
But you know about that too.
The thing you don't realize is, their attention is on me right now, okay? I know
And there's girls.
Alright, that was a bit of an oversight. But they're not looking for anyone else out there, is my point. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yes, but if they decided to attack you that night as you were up all night, she would have got caught in the crossfire.
Look, mistakes were made. I apologize for that. I am terribly sorry. You know, I don't even have the words for this. I never want anything to happen to either one of you. Okay? It bothers me to no end that it did happen like this. But it did happen. Okay? I'm making the best of the situation we're in.
I know you are. I trust you like that. I am shocked the entire situation happened in the first place. But regardless, got yourself in quite a mess. The main thing that does bug me is, and now we got this heat on us.
And you bring up that point. Okay. I'm going to suggest something to you. You can decide what you want to do with this. I'm currently affiliated with you. Do you want to make it public knowledge that you have nothing to do with me, that I've been fired, that you have no ties to me whatsoever, to keep the heat on me and not you two?
It's going to come off that I'm hiding something either way. And Maddie, what were you going to say? You deserve to get your voice in.
I was just going to say, don't take it too hard on them, because we're all a little at fault. It was just first time me and Luna have had a friend around our age and he got excited and carried away.
So it is my fault that I turned because I was the one fighting, not Maddie.
Yep.
And
And around that time,
let it be record, I haven't let her live it down.
Hmm.
I've
and
been
Kiara
holding on
also
to her.
speaks up. And I chose to leave. They didn't force me to leave.
I didn't even know she was going to be there until I saw her there with Maddie.
She actually probably saved a lot of people, because if she wasn't there, I was amongst the crowd. There's really no telling what could have happened to anybody around me.
Initially, we assumed that maybe she was allowed to go to certain events like this. Yes, we did collectively agree as a group to allow her to watch the sunrise in the city and enjoy some time away from the academy. We collectively made that decision.
He just sighs like, well, you owned up to it. It'd be okay. I do appreciate you probably did help that situation. Lest if that got any worse, that'd be bad. That's a question, Amrock. No, I'm not going to disown you. If anything, I'm going to have to double down. It's going to come off them hiding something either way. And it may not be knowledge to Silverbloods yet that our relationship in particular. Because it's more known to certain circles of how close we are. It's just a matter of... He looks at Kiara, looks to all of you, just nothing can physically happen, or nothing can, okay? I shouldn't have to explain that, but I know you would have done your all if this happened. Just, we have to be more freaking careful. God. I can't believe you pissed off the Silverbloods. Of all people, you had to piss off the biggest zealots in this world aside from the Tiamat Guild. I mean, god dang. Or the Forbidden Seven. Okay, out of the legal religious organizations, you pissed off the biggest zealots. I can't believe that luck. Oh my god.
To be fair, we did not realize that there was a sect of them in the city. I didn't even realize that was who we were dealing with until I got a look at their symbol.
Not only, but it also seems like they're just mad the fact that we exist. And that's kind of hard to control.
It's not that...
asked to be born, or asked to be made this way.
I'm not mad at you two. I'm mad at Amarok for choosing to transform. Y'all at least can't help it.
But he shouldn't have to hide who he is. He didn't choose to be made this way.
Actually, he did. And he knew the risk of going in.
The problem is that there are still lycanthrope threats out in the world. And the general public's perspective on collective lycanthropes can be mixed. Some people will be openly accepting of him, but other people will want to hunt him if they know.
So it could have gone a lot worse. Literally, the head of the Advent Guild is famous for killing werewolves in the last war. This is quite a mess.
These silver-blooded people are acting on what is still okay to do. There are feral werewolves out there. There are also lycanthropes who would use their powers for darker purposes out there, but not every one of them is bad, so they shouldn't be hunted down just because they exist.
I know that. That's why I gave Amarok this power in the first place. I trust him with it.
Yes, but it's a matter of the fact that these people don't care.
I know that. So, I just want to talk to y'all. No, Amarok, I don't want you getting away from me. If anything, I want to help make sure you're okay through this. Especially wouldn't recommend going to the Human Kingdom anytime soon, which is hard when there are literal neighbors to the north. But, we have that. We just have to be careful. If they did something as bold as attack you in the research ward, they're a little beyond help and are a little crazy, and we can actually make that nearly into an international incident.
Question wrong. I do know that they are ran by a sect of the government, but at the same time, are they... How much sway do they have in the city? Can they just act up however they want?
Oh, depending on the ward you're in. If you were in the admin ward or what's left of the tradesman ward, yeah, totally. Maybe the dock ward, depending on where you are too, just because the dock ward's are pretty rough and depending on what area you're in as well. But no, they don't openly encourage fighting in the city. They'd be stupid to pick fights in the city. Honestly, they were probably planning on just being a clean ambush, and it seems like y'all messed that up. They got a lot more than they bargained for. So good on y'all for fighting them off.
And to answer the building, I had to set the fire to cover our tracks. We didn't want to potentially draw their ire any further out.
Well, that's one way to do it, and also cover the evidence to the best of your ability. You just put me in a really rough situation here, and I don't know how to react without... if anything... Luna and Maddie will hopefully get this taken care of at the other tournament at the end of the month. That one you can actually go buck wild all you want there. There's going to be people from all dimensions there as it is, so you don't got to worry. The occasional weirdness is no big deal for them.
So what appears to be a fallen Azimar will not freak them out?
Nor lycanthrope.
Yay!
High five.
I do have a question. We were never fully informed. Would there be a chance of us having to fight each other, or would we be fighting on teams?
It's teams. The idea is to get the prize for the leader of the team. Essentially,
okay, well,
how this tournament was founded originally was a bunch of gen who wanted to see who had the best group of servants/slaves. So it just became a big old multi-plane pissing contest. Started inviting other notable people across the plains as well. I got a connection to the water gen that runs the place, so he sent me an invite a few times. It's the first time I've ever actually accepted.
So, if we are supposed to represent you, then I guess technically it would make more sense for Amarok to be appointed the leader for this particular mission. We generally handle things more democratically, but for this particular mission, we would need someone who would stand in the front. And if Amarok is representing you as a member of this guild,
I'm not really the leader type. I'll warn you on that. My methods are very blunt.
I mean, would you rather me be the leader then?
Sorry,
Also,
what?
If you're asking me, I don't really trust half-elves or much.
I see that.
Well, this one should probably be a good thing.
I'm completely
Well,
trustworthy.
Well, to be fair, Amarok, you would not have to be playing the role of a leader. You would just have to be acting a role. You wouldn't have to be ordering us around, telling us to do this and that, and this would only be temporarily.
You mean figurehead?
Just be a figurehead then.
Yeah.
Yeah, figurehead. Politicians do it all the time.
Alright, if y'all want.
And we would also need to come up with an official group name for ourselves. We've kind of been not doing that up until this point because it hasn't been important, but if we need a name to represent ourselves in this competition, it's definitely something we should think about.
Are names really that important?
For this it is. Again, we're playing a part.
Ah, acting.
Precisely.
Yeah, you're good at that.
I'm happy you see my skills.
What I personally think we should all do is come up with our own names and then leave it to a vote of the collective group. It's something that's going to represent us all, and if the name's good enough, maybe it's the thing we use to represent us from this point on.
Cyrus and the Band, led by Amarok.
No.
That makes us sound like a boy band.
I'm gonna go with no.
We're spitballing here, but you don't have to come up with it right now, but it's definitely something that we should each individually put thought into. This is going to be what represents us while we're in a competition with dealing with beings from all over the place.
Rawl just sits on the wall of the tower, just rubbing his temples. I'm glad y'all are having your little team building exercise in the middle of all of this.
It's important. It is. We have to be comfortable with each other.
I mean, when
It's
you're
also
used
something
to,
that we tend to do.
yeah, when you're used to everywhere around you being on fire, no offense, I look out at the building. You get pretty used to dealing with lighthearted moments in stressful situations.
Rawl stands up and he's just like, stands up and just stretches a bit and is like, one of the things I want to talk to you about, maybe some interesting people trying to contact you recently, because this whole ordeal's made quite a stir in the city.
Well, as long as they're not more interesting than the people we just dealt with, we should be fine.
Leave that to your own discretion. You're adults. And he goes over to most of you. He goes over to Kiara, who you notice is actually passed out in her chair, and she's like, I could tell she had fun last night. So now I have the mixed feelings of an older brother, or where I should be mad at her, or where I should feel bad for having her live like this.
Well, if I may say something, I too am an older brother. You want to protect them from everything, but eventually they're going to want to see the world on their own. I'm not saying that you throw her out there now, but stepping stones.
And also, can I just say, as someone who grew up very extremely sheltered as she is, it's better for her to go out there with supervision and learn things and experience things, and to just be thrust out into the world, as i.e. that's what happened to us. Pointing to between me and Maddie.
Yeah. He looks to you too, and looks to her, and looks back to you, and it's like, I genuinely hope there's no parallels in between you for what I'm thinking. This world's way too dangerous for her, and she's way too dangerous for it.
What does that mean? She's too dangerous for the world?
Have you seen her magic capabilities?
Yeah.
She's very skilled, but she seems to specialize in invisibility.
He picks her up, and it's like, I'm going to put her to bed. I'll explain it one day. It's not worth mentioning now.
Marcus, to put things in perspective.
Everyone's so cryptic.
To put things in perspective, Marcus, my first skills was in illusion magic.
Fair point. I mean, in the right hands, any spell can be dangerous.
But what if I'm left-handed?
Marcus kind of like presses his palm into his face. I will never get used to it, Cyrus. I will never get used to it.
It means I'm improving.
As he makes it over to the rug, he just says, "The more you learn, the more you realize magic's the most dangerous thing in this world."
I couldn't agree more. But it also makes it exciting to want to harness it for whatever it means.
And he's like, "Good luck." He just descends on the carpet and is like, "I'll be back shortly." And he's gone for a short period. But then the carpet comes back up and it's just him that time.
Pretty sure he didn't, Cyrus.
You don't know?
He gets back over to y'all and's like, "Well, anyways, yeah, some interesting parties came asking about you guys, the ones that knew of me, the mysterious group of travelers that have been staying at the Alchemist Guild. I'm not the only one in this city that stays well informed, so you always gotta keep that in mind."
Any particular names looking out for us?
That's the obvious.
They're not obvious, I'll tell you that. I don't even want to bring it up to you in case they decide not to talk to you. But some of the things that were brought to my attention may actually be something you're interested in. But they're all bridges you should cross when we all get back from that tournament.
Fair point. We do have things that we need to attend to before we even go to the tournament. We have to get ready.
Yeah, I'd recommend starting to actually get prepared for the tournament since that's going to be coming soon. And if I have any sway over you at all, which I don't have a lot, but I'd still like to think y'all trust my word when I say y'all probably shouldn't go outside too much for a little bit. Outside the research ward anyways.
But churros.
But danger.
Freaking special delivery if they're that freaking important.
Arr!
Well, why don't you give this a try? And then I take out one of my meal rations and I hand it to her, and then I cast precipitation on it and I make it taste like a churro, even though it is dry jerky. I don't know how the texture will deal with you.
Like, I'm not even eating it. I'm just like, it's just that would seem wrong.
Fair point.
It's
With the file a churro like that? How
dare, sir?
You know, when you're in need. I do have a question about the competition. I know that we're only allowed one magical weapon with us, but are we allowed to take things as long as it doesn't? Are we allowed to take things as long as it doesn't technically classify as magic?
As long as it don't have some magical aura radiating from it, yeah, it should be good.
Wonderful. Question: how late does the alchemist shop in this guild stay open?
It should still be open right now. What you need?
I just need to collect a few things. I mean, I would do it once we were done communicating, since it's right in this building, but I just need to collect a few things that I've been trying to do for a while. And now we actually have a little time to actually do prep.
On the plus side, the only place I will be needing to go, and we'll have to check it on a daily basis, would be the Messenger's Guild, which was just right there, so.
Right. Speaking of, y'all need to get a hold of whatever extra teammate y'all may want, since that's coming up soon.
Right.
Yeah.
We actually, I think I actually have an idea potentially on one, but we also have another.
You can't pick Kiara.
I know. And we wouldn't bring her into such a dangerous situation.
I'm ashamed you'd think we would stoop that low.
Well, she's going
But
to
you
be
might-
coming as, but she definitely isn't coming as a attendee.
On that note, you hold her hand when we leave.
Oh, she ain't leaving whatever VIP box to have us stuffed in. And he's looking dead at the twins as he says that.
It didn't do anything.
Mm. You're bringing out the rebellious phase in her, though.
I mean, she was probably already there. She's just probably getting a little more bolder because she has someone her own age.
Yes, but outside of stealing ice cream, she was pretty tame.
Oh, okay. So that's what happened.
Seriously, not know that?
Did I know that? No. I got this little letter here.
No, but I figured you would have guessed it was her immediately.
Oh, I assumed, but this confirms it.
Maddie, all of a sudden she just has flashbacks to her taking us and have showed us the ice cream, and she's just like, I'm an accomplice. In her head. She's not saying this out loud, but she has like war flashbacks. Like, I'm an accomplice. I can't say nothing now.
Hope you can't.
Well,
She's just going through her head like, how did this little girl trick me into eating stolen ice cream?
How did you not realize that was stolen ice cream?
I thought she just had, like, she was given ice cream, and she was
Yeah.
like us. She hoards food. She takes the food that she likes and hoards it.
She has her own walk-in freezer full of ice cream just for her that she has to sneak into.
I mean, to be fair, her brother is the head of the guild. I wouldn't put it past having her own
Yeah.
personal fridge.
Have you seen how many churros we stuff in our own pockets?
Yes, and it frightens me.
Yes, but she literally had to sneak us in there. How would you think that we were doing something that was
I
within
thought
rules?
she didn't want to be caught being out so late.
How are you this naive?
Because I'm usually the one doing the bad things. It throws me off when somebody else does it.
That means that you should be the first one to recognize when someone's doing bad things.
Oh, God.
I don't expect it of everybody else. It's expected of me.
Me.
What?
Everybody expects me
I'm
to be bad.
feeling more confident in my decision to put all 5 of you in a freaking interdimensional tournament all the time.
Well, that's just rude.
But could you think of a better team?
I can think of a few.
Me too. But not the point.
But we
All
do
dibs.
have potentially 2 people we could ask. Maybe. We know we have 1 person we can ask.
We got Harper.
Do we have Harper? Would he be up for
For
that?
his epic story. It's a big good chapter.
It would be,
You could
but I
always
don't.
ask him.
We should definitely ask. But
We don't need his permission for him to fight to the death. He owes us
But-
that. Obviously.
But we do have Dreadslayer, which would be a good person to have in our corner. He has openly stated and even sent us a letter saying that he owes us a favor.
He is like my first choice, honestly.
But we, and it's Raw. Are we like walking away at this point? Are we still up there with Raw?
I assume we're
Yeah, you're still there, man.
I imagine we were still out there. We didn't say we left.
Okay. We do have a member, someone that we know in the city who would maybe it's a big ask. Maybe we could ask them.
As much as I would really like the big guy, would it be wise to leave that sector unguarded?
Fair point. I'm still leaning heavy to Dreadslayer, though.
Were y'all talking about Mugen?
Yeah, we got.
Was that above table ask or?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was confused on who y'all are talking about.
Above table, we were talking about our giant friend, but then
Garo.
But without actually saying his name, because I don't want to drag his name when we're being still kind of in trouble with Raw.
Well, I imagine Rawl probably knows that he was with us, so.
But so I do like the concept. I mean, having 2 paladins on our side with Dreadslayer, and as we go into this fight, would be good.
The dynamic could
Or was
work.
What the rest of you
Raul,
think?
just like, may I ask why you have an affiliation with an individual known as Dreadslayer?
Oh,
Don't worry. He only cares about like destroying evil things.
yeah, he destroys
And-
Dread. He's a good guy.
And we helped him out. We helped him out in the past, and he said that he owes us a favor, and so we may be able to cash that in.
We saved his town from a evil group of squirrels.
I sure hope he earned whatever name he has.
I would hope that it's not an ironic one. To be fair, we have not seen.
You as well.
Hmm.
I just said. To be fair, we haven't fully seen him in action, but I would imagine if someone is a paladin of a town who goes by the name Dreadslayer, that he should be rather powerful.
He was a high position in the town guard. He wasn't the captain, but he was higher. Was he not?
He was second in command. He wasn't the captain. He was second in command to the captain.
Who was corrupt?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I am getting sold on this individual.
And plus, he's probably used to interdimensional travel.
I mean, I don't know about that, but
I do.
You don't seem to be the one to bullcrap me, Cyrus. Alright, this guy's something, okay?
Sorry, what?
Have I
Was that
lied
something you
yet?
just said? Oh no.
but
Yeah, he seems like one of the more honest people I meet, weirdly.
Thank you for seeing
well,
that.
He just flowers up everything.
so what does the group think? We have potentially 2 people we could ask, but we have one person who said he owes us a favor, and we know that particularly the members of his order don't take favors lightly, so more likely we'd get him to help.
So who's writing the letter?
I'll vote for Dreadslayer.
Say again?
I'll vote for Dreadslayer.
I vote for
He's the
Dreadslayer.
best bet.
I just wish we knew a little bit more about his combat skills.
Well, why don't we invite him here? And potentially as
Also, he's the backup, is he not? Chances are he won't be fighting. He's to stand in if something happens to one of us. Wasn't that?
he's on. Well,
We should still know what his combat skill is, regardless.
I mean, we did handle most of what happened in the town, but I do want to see him fight. I still say that we go with Dreadslayer, but if we invite him here, we can maybe have a spar.
Okay.
But what would be a fair
You're
spar?
volunteering to fight Dreadslayer.
Well, champion, you seem to do pretty well in a fight.
I mean, I can.
I think you would be the best decision. Either you or Maddie. I mean, I use tricks, so it wouldn't be a fair fight for me, and Marcus is long range.
And I also use magical items to help me in a fight, which would not be a good test of his overall capabilities.
Adaptiveness, yes.
Send him a letter, explain the situation, and ask him who thinks he can be of assistance.
Yes.
The man seems to know his capabilities. If he thinks he can help us, that's what we'll go with.
Well then, we need to format this letter very well.
We'll leave that to you, Marcus.
Okay. Well, wouldn't you want to get your particular opinions into the matter? I mean, you're asking me to format this letter?
Well, you and Cyrus are usually both the best with words, so I mean, you know me. I am self-aware enough to know that I'm fairly blunt, so you have Cyrus help you.
Very well. Me and Cyrus will write a letter to Dreadslayer and send it through the Messenger Guild to see what his take is on everything, and if he can help us in this matter. Because he could be busy.
So what is this letter going to say?
Okay. Like, I'll pull out paper and a quill. And so, Cyrus, what do you think we should say? We should definitely explain the situation of that we are participating in a competition and we need an additional member to aid us in this. We were wondering if you would be so inclined to help us.
Explaining the whole situation on paper would be a whole novel. So
I'm not saying we do.
a good way to...
I'm not saying that we do this on one sheet of paper. We would need multiple sheets. This is big, a big thing.
It doesn't have to be. Just telling we will be traveling to a different dimension. It's a tournament. Can you be of use to us?
And to be fair, so Dreadslayer isn't exactly wordsmith himself.
So we just need to give him the information. So how about something along the lines of, we are traveling to another dimension, and we were wondering if we could request your aid as a favor. We would need an additional member in our group for this tournament. And you were the first to come to mind. Because that's honest. He was the first to come to mind. Also, this is pretty much going to be transported instantaneously between these two locations. We could write this and he literally respond in an hour.
He could be here now.
Well, maybe. I don't know. They don't seem very vast on teleportation magic there, but, maybe.
He can fit in a very large box and mail himself.
Wait, how quickly can a letter be mailed to someone?
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Isn't it like
the Messenger Guild pretty much instantaneously, about depending on how fast you're sorting a letter, maybe an hour.
Okay. But also, how about we write something on the front of the letter saying that way it's not just sitting in the office for no telling how long. We say that as soon as you receive this letter, can you bring it to Dreadslayer's attention? On the front of the letter. That way, when the post office looks at it, they will be able to take it directly to him.
We should write our names on it as well.
Of course. He probably owes he could owe many favors. We should be very sure that we're putting our names out there.
While they're saying this, I just kind of lean over to Maddie and I pull her closer to me and I'm just like, we might have to check the guild 2 times a day.
So we wrote down the basic information. We'll write our names on this. I'll write my name. Everyone write your names. That way I don't know if he's seen our signatures, but just in case.
Okay. Rawl speaks up as well. He should probably also say where the letter's being sent from.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. Yes, because it's being sent from this messenger guild. So,
I mean, I figured you'd already do that anyways.
I'll sign that with a PS at the bottom.
Okay.
Send him a letter. Help! We're in desperate need of help. And he has no idea, so he just runs everywhere.
Terminator sprints all the way here.
Oh goodness.
All right.
Wait, and what Marcus will also do is that when he has the letter, he'll take out this like metallic box. He'll click a button on the side. At your earliest convenience, can you deliver this to Dreadslayer along with this message? And then I set the box on the letter.
Hey, at that point, Rawl just calls out, "Myra!" And shortly after, Myra steps out from behind behind a tree somewhere under an awning. "Oh, you need anything, sir?" And he's like, "Take us to the Messengers Guild." "Can do." And she quickly hurries to the rug and heads down it. And that'll be delivered soon enough.
Wow. Actually, you'll be traveling with us, Luna and Maddie. Do you mind handing Rawl the earpiece I gave you?
Oh,
just for a moment.
yeah.
Just for now. Just in case he hears anything about it before we do. And the earpiece again is a earring that's in the shape of a dragon's face, with two rubies for the eyes, and it clamps on the ear lobe.
I don't remember which one of us had it, but yeah, whoever had it gives it to him.
Yeah, I'll pass it over.
You routinely swap it out to keep people guessing.
If
I mean, would you really know when we answered?
if you hear anything about it within the next day, can you just allow us to know, since you sent the letter off yourself? You'll be able to, as long as you concentrate on me, you'll be able to send a message once a day to me. Hello?
DM?
Oh, I thought that was directed to Luna and Maddie. Shoot, what I missed.
No, I was
No,
saying-
you guys. No, it's you.
I was saying that to Rawl. I was handing him the other sending stone that the twins are holding on to.
Okay, I heard the twins part. Didn't hear that. Oh, my bad. He's just like, no, sending spell, huh? I see. Yeah, I can do that.
All right, thank you. And I will have to pick that up before we leave, because as an emergency measure, I generally let the twins hold on to it. But just for today, and just in case you hear anything before we do.
Fair.
Also, I do
like
have a question.
Yeah, being able to get a hold of you at any time I need to.
Well, once a day, but yes, anytime you need to.
Mm-hmm.
We do have some shopping to do. I need to go to the alchemist shop downstairs.
All right. think I said everything I can say to y'all without completely blowing the lid. So, safe and just. He looks to the twins. You two have a lot of influence on my sister, so I'm trusting y'all to guide her right.
Terrible mistake, really, but we'll try.
A terrible decision, really.
Well, I didn't really have her knowing anybody until a certain somebody introduced them to you two.
Did I do that?
Yes, you did. You've been here for what now, and swear you're making my blood pressure spike hard.
Unless you know you're still alive.
Get off the tower before I throw you off.
If does anyone else have anything else they want to do within this building other than go to the alchemist shop?
I need 7.
I hate to bring this up, but I guess Maddie and I need to go practice sparring.
Oh,
Yay!
well, it's good that you remembered.
I don't want to remember, but I need to remember.
Yay.
In all honesty, do y'all want to do that today? We did just do a lot of physical activity.
We did
Well,
spar.
it's best to do it. It's best to do it today rather than having to do it tomorrow, where we could have to do even more physical activity. Let them tire themselves out before bed.
Are you not tired?
Me? I mean, I'm a bit rough, but again, they mostly left me alone in that fight, so I got a bit scuffed up, but I'm all right.
Oh yeah. I'm very tired.
To be fair, though, it is better to train whenever you are completely exhausted so that you can figure out how much you can really take.
I figured we would just go through the basics again, because I haven't done the basics in a very, 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 very long time.
Yeah.
So, what are we talking? We talking hand to hand or a blunted blade?
Hand to hand.
Yeah, hand to hand. I'm a wuss. Have you not seen me in a fight? You're not paying attention.
Ooh,
Very well.
I'll get the dire
Y'all
wolves.
do have a hand-to-hand. Y'all have a hand-to-hand bout, though. It'd be good physical exercise for you both.
Yeah, with Maddie's current 6 HP.
Well, just to make it a bit more fair,
Good on
Maddie, Maddie, can you come here for a sec?
Yeah.
I'll walk over to her and I inject a syringe into her arm.
What was that for?
You get
It hurts, don't it?
7 more hit points. There you go.
Yay. Thank you.
Now you can
There
take
you
all
are.
the hits from
Even
her.
though more forewarning would have been helpful.
Okay.
Well, no, you don't. You don't let the person know the shot is coming, because otherwise they'll be scared of it. You drop it on them.
Disagree with that, but alright.
Maddie just daggers.
It's a good way to get punched.
Yay, daggers.
Well,
Okay.
I guess are we ready to go?
Okay.
It's actually been a little bit of time now, and all of your instantly ears perk up as you hear, "Where in the city are you?"
What?
What? Is this Dread
It's just-
voice coming?
The gruff monotone, yeah.
In particular, this is in Maddie's head. Actually, now I think about it, it only goes to one person's head.
Oh, okay.
So only Maddie
Maddie.
heard this?
Yeah.
Maddie.
She just froze. She's like, guys, there's something in my head. More than usual.
Get it out?
You do hear Dreadslayer's voice in your head asking where in the city you are.
It sounded a lot like Dreadslayer. Did he questioning where we're at? I don't.
He probably sent you a sending spell. Respond to him. Tell him that we're at the
Alchemist Guild main lobby.
She just thinks very hard. Alchemist Guild main lobby.
Hey. Alright. And Rawl instantly kind of perks up and he's like, wait, something feels off. And he teleports down and he disappears.
Hey, how do we get down?
I
See
can
that
fly
rail?
down. You want to hitch ride?
Well, I mean, if you guys want to make more of a scene of it, we could go down the fun way, or we could just walk down the stairs.
Or ride the carpet.
Upstairs.
Fun way or
That's what I was thinking, that there's only a carpet.
So, wait, you want to go down the fun way?
I was going to say, Maddie was just like, we could fly down.
Exactly
As
my
you
point.
currently hear panicked voices and yelling downstairs.
Oh no.
Okay.
Fast way down.
Fast way
Wait,
down.
fast
At
way.
least it was in the lobby and not Rawl's tower.
So, yeah, we'll go down the we'll go down the carpet way then, just in case I don't want to use a spell, just in case a fight's breaking out.
Alright. Okay. So using various spells, you're going down the rug?
Yeah, going down the carpet just in case it's a fight down there. I don't want to burn a
I'll
spell.
slide down a rope if I have to.
Okay. Alright, y'all go down the rug, and you hear panic voices, and finally get to the bottom and come out, and you see a giant frame in there saying, "Peace. I come for a friend. Peace. Not here to attack you." As you see, he's surrounded by figures holding vials, crossbows, other things. He was like, "Ah, there are my companions." As he walks straight through the crowd of people, all staring daggers at him.
Dreadslayer, how are you doing?
Was there something we should know about this?
So apparently he
What's
did have the
going
way
on?
of teleport. Apparently he did have a way of teleporting to us.
I had some favors that I called in.
Oh, it's all right, everyone. Back to your business. This is one of our friends. He likes to make an entrance, a bit of a
Yeah.
flair.
As you see Aral just step up, like, "Yeah, I've been trying to calm people down to get information out." Apparently he appeared out of a portal of darkness where they were screaming on the other side of it.
You know,
And
I haven't seen him do it before, but I can imagine him doing that.
And he just looks down at Rawl, and they just have an even look at each other, and he's just like, "You are Rawl Dragontongue. You've done great deeds in the service of this." And Rawl's like, "All right, shut up now." and he was like, "All right, this guy will do." And Rawl just walks off on his own. And people are still looking nervously, but most people are kind of returning to their business as Dreadslayer's like, "All right, when do we leave for another dimension?"
It would be in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
We
you didn't
do
give me a
need you here to
timeline.
like.
Oh,
If you're cool with staying for a little bit beforehand, we wouldn't mind training with you to see what you can do.
yes. The fight is going to be rather rough. We could use someone who has skilled martial talents to train us for the fight. I did, now that I think about it, it did slip my mind to write the time frame for the letter. My bad. I don't normally write letters. Letters are new for me.
Well, this will be acceptable. I did make use of my final teleportation for a good purpose. Because we will train you to make sure you are ready. Just allow me a brief reprise to go send a letter to explain my situation to the rest of the guards in town.
All right. I hand him a piece of parchment and a quill.
How long will we be gone in this other world?
Rawl has my earpiece, so I send a message to Rawl. Rawl, how exactly long does the competition last?
You hear back instantly, God dang, you made your one use of the day go quick.
Hey,
Hey, you disappeared, man.
It's like, about 1 week, I guess, at the minimum.
we'll be there for a week.
Or, Dreadsor's like, acceptable. I'll have me all my vacation days.
Oh,
No, he's been saving those.
I feel bad.
It is no trouble. As I said, I owe you a favor. And that means I'll go to the end of the earth for you.
Well, we're going beyond the Earth is the point.
Okay, I'll go to the end of all the earth if you want to be very particular and belittle my oath, but fine.
I'm just making sure you understand the situation you're signing up for. Okay? I don't want you to think we've deceived you into agreeing to something beyond what you thought.
That's not what you would do. Why would I think that?
Because he would think that.
But
I have a
Also-
very cynical view of people, if you couldn't tell.
But something else to consider. We've been told multiple times that that death isn't really allowed in this competition, but it can happen under extreme circumstances. So it's a matter of there are safety measures in place. But we do want to get stronger before we go. For however long that we can get stronger in the matter of 2 weeks. Or
Let's see. All of you are quite injured today. I can tell from wounds that have recently been cleaned off. What's happened?
So much.
A client that we were dealing with did not appreciate us saying no to their offer.
What kind of client was that? That's horrible.
We were able to cut off the arrangement successfully. And we managed to even fire all of them.
Seems literal on the cut part. This is troubling. But pay no fear. I am here to assist you now. You shall all rest, because tomorrow you will deal with my special training regiment.
Grand.
Dear.
I do have to go to the store first. We do have a room here, which you are more than welcome to stay in.
I see. Splendid. I could just sleep on the floor on a mat if needed.
No,
That's what
you
we're
are,
doing too.
you are, yes. I mean, we do have multiple beds in that room. You're a guest. Also, I will potentially not be needing mine as often. We also have another room that if we want to go there, because we have been
Think of me only as a servant in this current time. My service is in of you, and whatever deeds need to be done to assist you on this. I do want to inquire what the interest is in entering an extra-dimensional tournament, because that is peculiar.
Well, we have
We're solving a
that-
very serious problem for them.
Yes. They are in need of help. This tournament is our way of helping them. And I point to the phone.
I'll do it then.
Well, let's go to the store, I guess. We have our next member and teacher for the next couple of weeks.
Yay!
Okay. As Dreadslayer goes off, then he instantly turns around. Where is the messenger guild in this town?
Oh,
It's blocks away that way.
Thank you. I only had a vague recollection of how this town's laid out.
if you need aid in finding it, I'll pull Ornick off of my shoulder and have Ornick fly over and land on Dreadslayer. Ornick can lead you there. Ornick has seen it.
I see. Draco is looking quite different lately.
Well, this is Draco, and I touch my armor, and I hit the button on the side to make the mask come up.
Draco's gotten bigger.
He has. This is Ornick, Draco's little sister, if it would be.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Neat. Onward, Ornick, as he turns and starts walking.
And Ornick will fly ahead of him and lead him there.
Okay. Alright. And so, you're wanting to go to the alchemical shop, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what would you like to get there?
Well, I mean, there are two things I would like to get out. I would like to get some sulfur and some saltpeter. As much as I can get. Within reason. Because this is an alchemist guild, so they probably have enough to supply the entire guild.
What is the within reason for you?
Well, alright. I won't tell them what my purpose is, but say that a person wanted to make 30 bullets.
Okay.
But also wanted to make, I don't know, maybe like a rough ballpark, maybe like 16 sticks of TNT.
As soon as you mention at least wanting that to the store owner, the old gnome, she's like,
No, I don't tell them the third ingredient, and I don't tell them what I'm making with this at all.
Oh,
that was just to you.
Well, when you tell him the ingredients, he's just like, he's like, oh Lord.
What seems to be troubling you, so?
We have plenty of young, enthusiastic alchemists coming through here. Don't act like I don't have an idea what you want to make with that.
I mean, there are multiple elements and remedies that can be made with the mixture of sulfur and saltpeter, but I mean, I guess there are a couple of volatile methods that can also be conjured forth from this.
You look like someone who needs some bunion rub or something. Clearly. It actually works pretty good. It removes that and a few layers of skin.
I imagine that would be good for blisters then.
Times. Anyways, and he is able to get you enough to make one stick of TNT and 30 bullets, but that would be a good 20 gold.
Alright.
Can I also look around?
Like, just in the supply store?
Yeah. I'm looking for specific items here. I'm looking for hardwood ash.
My boy, you know I don't know what that is.
It's... You burn an oak tree, and you have the ash. Hardwood. Can't be softwood, because softwood's too resinous.
What are you going to do with this?
I'm solving a problem we're facing at this very moment.
How do you give an answer like that?
But I'm also looking for 2 barrels. It don't have to be full-size barrels, it can be kegs. Just something large that can hold water.
Can we discuss this off game?
Yeah.
Emerald, do you know a glassmaker in this town?
DM don't know a glassmaker?
Probably.
Okay.
Since you need someone to make the vials.
You want to know what I'm actually asking for here?
Sure.
I'm making saltpeter. Saltpeter is made from ammonium nitrate, which can be extracted from. Just bear with me here. Urine. Okay. This is the whole job of a saltpeter man back in the Middle Ages. They would go around, collect either livestock urine, and back in the Civil War here, there was the whole campaign thing from, I think it was a town in Georgia, where it was a politician that would have housewives collect urine and process it into ammonium nitrate, which is saltpeter, used to make gunpowder.
You can also make it from seashells.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to chime in stating that we do not condone making these materials.
Housewives, please do not collect the urine of everyone in the house.
But if you were curious and for educational purposes, that is why we are here.
There are very specific steps being left out of here. Nobody's going to make a bomb.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going into any processes or explaining anything else, but I will also need a glass maker, but for multiple reasons. But also, there's a fireplace in this place, correct, Emerald?
There are braziers everywhere.
Alright then. I'll be back in a moment. He will go around and start collecting charcoal from these places, different places.
Just the braziers.
He would only be able to get a little bit from those, but if there's a big fireplace, because there's always some charcoal left behind in the fireplace.
Yeah. Alright, but for your hardwood extracts, I'd say just a few gold for that, Amarok, like 3.
Okay.
And you, as soon as you start rifling through the fireplace, just a random guy from Guild's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I'm just cleaning out the fireplace.
If you just start collecting charcoal for that, everyone in this freaking guild will start collecting charcoal from it.
Well, all I'm doing is charcoal? What is charcoal? All I'm doing is cleaning out the fireplace. Good day to you. And then I'll spin on my heels and walk away.
Well, it gives me a good day to you.
I'll cast precipitation on myself to clean off the soot.
Look at him! We got a bomb maker over there!
Dear. Hey, DM.
Yeah.
I do want to swing by the Messenger's Guild again real quickly, just to let them know that if any message comes from me or that's addressed to me or Maddie, that we would need it ASAP.
Alright, well, let's get to the front of the line. The woman's like, "Oh, it's not the person that said they would come back later. Well, there is a special service you can do where one of our runners can bring any mails you get directly. That'll be 2 gold if you'd like that service to be done for you."
Yes.
All right.
Hand her over to gold.
We will get any letters you will receive. We'll get to you shortly.
Thank you.
Oh,
It'll be better for our health. It'll be better for our health if we get better quickly. And I just walk away.
Okay. And I'd say that's a pretty good wrapping up point for the evening.
As always, thank you all so much for watching. See you all later.
All right. Night, everybody.
Bye.
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 Peace.